Hey guys, welcome back to Follow Me 11B. Discussions on current events, macroeconomics, and freedom and liberty from a veteran's perspective. Today I wanted to discuss Title 42, scheduled to expire today but has been extended starting today. So let's go straight to a news article I came across from Fox News by Adam Shaw. It's entitled, Judge's Halt on Title 42 Repeal Gets Biden Admin Dems Out of a Tricky Political Situation. A judge's decision Friday to issue a preliminary injunction on attempts by the Biden administration to end the Title 42 public health order may end up getting the Biden administration, along with moderate Democrats in tough re-election races, out of a tricky political situation. Judge Robert Summerhays temporarily blocked the Center for Disease Control's move to end the public health order, which has been used since March 2020 to expel a majority of migrants at the southern border due to the CV-19 pandemic. It was due to expire on Monday, today. Federal judge blocks Biden admin from ending Title 42 border expulsions. He sided with Republican arguments that the order was lifted in violation of the Administrative Procedures Act, APA, and that it would hurt the states by increasing costs related to healthcare, driving licenses, and education. He said it would also increase migrant numbers at the border. Here's a quote. The plaintiff states have demonstrated that the termination order will affect their quasi-sovereign interests based on its impact on their healthcare systems and their interest in the health and welfare of their citizens, he said. Fentanyl? The move marks another legal defeat on immigration for the Biden administration. However, the move also pours cold water for now on a dicey political issue that had seen a number of Democrats criticizing the administration and Republicans smelling blood in the water as a potential new migrant surge loomed over the horizon. Speaking of which, now, if memory serves, the current numbers at the border daily are about 7,000 to 8,000 detentions, arrests, encounters, etc. So, DHS migrant surge is of were the Title 42 to be done away with. They are Department of Homeland Security is expecting an approximate 18,000 encounters per day. So 8,000 to 18,000 is kind of a problem, don't you think? But I digress. Let's move over to another news article I came across. This one's from ABC 13 by Daniela Hurtado. It's also from today, May 23rd, 2022. And it's entitled, Border Patrol Braces for Increase in Migrant Crossings as Title 42 Extended Temporarily. El Paso, Texas, KTRK. Title 42, a Trump-era policy, was set to extend Monday, but the policy remains in place because of a late order last Friday, but only temporarily. Since it is a temporary order, Title 42 will eventually run out, and agents are bracing for an increasing number of people crossing the border once it's lifted. Again, Department of Homeland Security, approximately 18,000 per day, according to them, once Title 42 is lifted. Another rock-solid number, though. You might say, well, it's just an estimate. But this is a rock-solid number that is reported by the United States Customs and Border Protection Agency. You can check it out on their own website. In April 2022, record-breaking encounters at the border, detentions, 234,088. Almost 250,000 migrants at the border last month. And that's with Title 42 still in place. So once it's lifted, just imagine what things are going to look like then. It's only going to get worse for the Border Patrol agents. The border's on fire right now, guys. But I digress. Let's see here. Here's a quote. We know criminal organizations are using the lifting of Title 42, as recruitment efforts, so we may see an influx. So again, Title 42 staying allows us more time for those preparations, says Carlos Rivera, Public Information Officer for the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, El Paso sector. CBP says Title 8 has been another enforcement effort used at the border. Once Title 42 does end, those migrants who cannot establish a legal basis for asylum will be placed on that Title 8 authority and immigration pathways that lead to eventual removal from the United States, Rivera said. If a migrant can't establish being in the country legally, like asylum seekers, they will face long-term consequences, such as being barred from immigration benefits in the future. Our ABC 13 crew in El Paso came across families crossing into the United States from Mexico on Monday. The families were from Haiti, Chile, and Guatemala. They all have different backgrounds, but with one goal: to live the American dream and escape turmoil and danger in their home country. Okay, just quickly on the goal of living the American dream. Hey, I'm with you there. But I think what the idea is to try to get people through the normal channels. We can't necessarily have people just, bum rushing the border. That's totally unsustainable, especially when you've got about 250,000 people doing that per month, and that's while Title 42 is still in place. So just imagine if that's the number, that would be 3 million people a year, just illegally coming here. And imagine the amount of time, the backlog right now. Just imagine the amount of backlog you would have if that was the case every single month. But I wanted to also point out a few other things. They were talking in the articles that we went through about healthcare, schools, driver's licenses, etc., the cost of that. I had a few other ideas about costs, like when you've got a huge influx of migrants that are just surprised we're all here right now, they're probably going to drive. Okay, well, what is that going to do to your insurance rate? What is that going to do to crime? I mean, obviously, everybody there isn't bad. Everybody there is not a criminal, but when you have a giant group of almost 250,000 people, you can certainly expect that some of them aren't going to be great drivers, and some of them are probably going to break other laws. So, I mean, it's just statistics. I mean, you got a giant group of people, doesn't matter who they are, that's what's going to happen. I did a video recently about the strain on the United States housing supply. Why is there a housing shortage in the United States? Well, not that this is going to be a huge contributor, but it's certainly going to contribute to the already housing shortage we have. What else do we have going on right now? Well, we've got a food supply crisis. We've got food shortages in grocery stores and even restaurants. You can still get food, but you might not get exactly what you want. You might have to wait a little while to, days or even weeks to get what you're looking for. Well, not that this is going to empty our food coffers completely, but when you're injecting a huge population of people into society, that's going to affect your supply lines, food supply, housing supply. And if you're concerned about CV-19, well, again, if you're injecting a giant group of people into the population, sending them all through different parts of the country, you're definitely going to have some of those people that are spreading virus, just like any other people. So, that said, we can't save the world, guys. But if we can just zero in on helping out how we can, because what do they say in this article about these people that are trying to live the American dream? They're trying to escape turmoil and danger in their home country. I can kind of understand that. I mean, we've got asylum laws for a reason. The reasons, though, are not this. The reasons for asylum, for example, are, let's take Ukraine. You got a shooting war going on. You got Russia firing missiles into major cities in Ukraine. There are people fleeing for their lives from missiles flying, into their cities, blowing up their garage, their house, trying to, kill them. Tanks rolling into the streets. That's what asylum is for. Not, well, I've got a hard life, or I live in a country with a high crime rate. Those are not legitimate asylum excuses and reasons for seeking asylum. So, that said, I'd love to hear you guys' opinions in the comments below. But before we tie up this video I want to put a bow on the top. And the bow is, a few videos back, I did something new. I did a spotlight on a influencer, a social media influencer or content creator. That last one was Freedom Jerry, the sheep from Instagram. David from Freedom Jerry the sheep actually sent me this very shirt. 99.9% survival rate. Thanks, Dave. But if you like funny memes, if you like the news, if you like the truth, Freedom Jerry the sheep on Instagram. But I wanted to talk about a new social media influencer content creator that I thought was deserving on this episode. Handing off the torch, because there can be only one. And I wanted to talk about Luke from Market Mania Canada. He does a great YouTube channel, great information on the housing market in Canada and beyond. Most of the stuff actually pertains almost as much, probably just as much to the United States as it does to Canada. But one thing I really like about his channel, and he's also on Market Mania Canada on Instagram, is he uses logic when he's talking about government policy and economics. And he points out a lot of fallacies in government policy. I enjoy that. I like using my noggin. I like critical thinking. He uses logic, he uses critical thinking. So I really enjoy that. He's also got a Twitter page that I would love to help him blow up. That one is Market Mania CA. So check out Luke and his content on Market Mania Canada, YouTube, Instagram, and Market Mania CA on Twitter. And one more time, thank you again, Freedom Jerry the sheep. And we will see you all. Oh, before I sign off, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so we can help blow this channel up. And we are growing. We are Follow Me 11B on YouTube. We are Follow Me 11B on Twitter. We are The Real Follow Me 11B on Instagram and Rumble. And we will see you all on the next video.